Because I'm graduated in technical university for engineering college.
Mm-hmm.
Our lectures is connected with the engineering, for
Mm-hmm.
example, materials and constructions, foundations, and so on. In the same time, when I on the first grade in university, we have one lectures about the English, but in lectures, our teachers teach us the many words that they have connected with engineering department. For example, tunnel, and these words are connected with the engineering department.
Mm-hmm. So
But in the
they're not necessarily conversational words. You're not
uh,
taught. Go ahead.
yeah, we have a conversations in these lectures. We have many times we have a conversations in this lesson, and and we have more lectures. For example, we use computer for AutoCAD and some more programs, civil engineering,
Mm-hmm.
and so on. All lectures they are connected with our department.
I see. I see. So you are getting the opportunity to practice speaking in English in that genre of that discipline, be it building bridges, be it working with IT, computers, and things such as that. So what do you feel is missing? What do you feel is missing that you would like to have?
When I speak, what I feeling.
Hmm. Yeah. Yes. What are you feeling? How do you feel? Do you feel like you are um, challenged to be understood? Do you feel frustrated? Do you feel excited
Um,
that you get to practice?
yeah, many times this is a challenge for me because I am studying a Kurdish. Kurdish is my language in Iraq. I study in my Kurdish language, Tanj mother, in school. Then we are going to the university. Our university, the system is English. Firstly, is but in the same time, our teachers all is Kurdish. Kurdish in Iraq, and in the same
Mhm.
time, our teachers teach us the lectures in Kurdish.
Mhm.
Many times we use English, but most of this we use English, Kurdish language.
Mhm. And why do you think that they're using Kurdish language as opposed to English when they're teaching?
Why? What teachers? Sorry, I don't understand.
Why do you think they teach you in Kurdish and not in English?
Um, because all of our students they are Kurdish in Iraq.
Mhm.
They are Kurdish. But in the same time, our systems, our lectures, all books is in English. Is in English. Yeah, we are in exam. We are answered by in English,
Mhm.
but when the teachers teach us in Kurdish.
That's interesting. When you are reading, if you ever get the opportunity to read during class, do you read the textbook in English or do you have a translated English textbook?
No, just we have a textbook in English
Hmm.
about our department is in English
And
because our system.
how easy is that to translate and understand what you're supposed to know?
This is easy for us for understanding because we this is a specific department, not all on English for understanding. We have foundations informations about our lecture.
Hmm.
We can easy understand this, and but most of the time we are asking our teachers. Our teachers in Kurdish teach us.
Okay.
This is funny for you.
Yeah, it's funny. Well, not funny like in like ha 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 funny, but it's interesting that the challenge that I think I would have if my teacher is teaching me in, let's just say, if I were trying to learn French, and I only spoke English, the books that I would receive were in in French. Yeah, in French. And I have two things to do. I want to get the degree, but I must be able to translate the French book into English so that I could understand it, and then to be able to interact with the teacher. Unless there are no English students. Maybe there are no English students at all in this school. Are there any English students at all in this school
English student?
that speak English?
No, we don't have. Yeah, we have more. We have students. They
Native,
can perfect.
native
No,
English first language
no,
is
no.
English. No.
No, 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 we don't have any students a native English speaker, but in the same time, our systems in English, because in my department not have native speakers. Many in the other department have a native speakers, but we have more of the student in our university is Arab. Do you have any information about Arab language, Arabic language?
Do I have problems?
No, I say they are Arab.
Yeah, there are. Yeah, there are. Probably every nationality, every culture is here in the U.S. Taking classes amongst native English-speaking people.
Yeah,
and thus, I guess that's why the IELTS, the TOEFL, and those English proficiency exams are necessary, because all of the textbooks, I'm almost certain all of the textbooks are in English, not in any other language. You may be able to purchase them in some other language, but the school issues the books, in my opinion, in English.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is just in my university, especially in my department, I don't see any native speaker English, but in our country, we have more university. Most of the students have a native speaker English. In our country, in Kurdistan, we have more university. The teacher is a native speaker, and the students in the same time are native speakers. This is so good for students. The system is in English, because many times we have an Arabic student in college with us. If a system is Kurdish language, this is not good for they. But the lectures is in English, help they, and for us is so good.
Because I would imagine as you're reading, there may be some things that doesn't translate as easily from English to Kurdish, and having an English speaking person or teacher there, I still think that I could see some difficulty, because trying to translate the English into Kurdish would be a challenge as well. But
many times it's not challenge for us, because we have a little foundation about our department. Firstly, all of us is now the system of university is different with the system of speaking in street. For example, when you are speaking in street, you know this slang language, but in university you need the academic words. You can get this information in lectures or books. In dictionary, you can get these words by searching.
I see. Yeah, and that's true. Your textbook will not talk to you in slang or in idioms. It is going to be straightforward. This is what the content is, your base language, the base curriculum, what you need to know to construct or destroy or demolish something. It is going to be it's almost in my mind like math. No matter what language you speak, 1 + 2 is going to equal 3. So when you're reading something in English about engineering, it is going to have the same meaning, just different words in Kurdish and in English. And because you have a very solid understanding of the discipline, it makes it easier to translate what is in English to Kurdish, or in my example, from English to French. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, but Ms. Priscilla, do you have any information about Kurdistan or Kurdish language?
No, no. I think I've heard of a few people from Kurdistan. Kurdistan. I've heard the name of your country, either maybe from you. I have not even met that many Kurdistan online individuals. So tell me a little about your country. Tell me a little about Kurdistan. What is it
Um,
known for, or something unique about Kurdistan?
Firstly, our country is not country. We have a region with Iraq.
Mm,
We
okay.
have a region of Iraq, but we have a special flag and a special culture or special speaking. But we are trying for be a freedom country.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a ministry, we have a speaking ministry, and we are so different with Iraq. But in the same time, we have a good connecting, for example, for anything is we have a good connecting with Iraq. And our country is near our neighbor in our limit neighbor in our country is Iran and Turkey and Iraq. Do you have any information about Iran, Turkey, Iraq, and Syria? This is our neighbor.
Okay. I've had lots of students from Iraq, and none from Syria, and none from, I don't know the other place that you said. One of my students in Iraq is someplace here in the US. Then I think he went back home to Iraq. The government sponsored him, I guess would be, to come to where it's like Arizona, no, Idaho. I'm not exactly sure, but it's a very rural area where he came to go to school. He had 5 years to stay here, and then he had to return home to Iraq.
Okay, Ms. Priscilla, do you have even tried to travel to Iraq?
No, I have not tried. The furthest I've gone is when I was married. I went to Nigeria, and then in August, I went to Dubai. I was in Dubai for 12 days. So that's the farthest I've gone outside of the US. And I've been to Canada. And all of the other travels that I've done were within the United States. What about you? Have you traveled outside of the US? I mean, outside of Kurdistan?
No, I don't have any I don't have any travel outside of the Kurdistan, but I'd like go to the more country. Inshallah, in future, I can go to the most of the country.
Okay. Well, that's my dream too, is to travel, be a global traveler. I would love to travel outside of the United States. And when traveling outside of the United States, I'd love to stay a little longer than what I have done. Oh, and I've been to Mexico. I went to Mexico in July.
I think if you are travel to Iraq and then travel to Kurdistan, you can get best informations about cultures, about a country, and then get best earn about this language, because most of the students is try to learning English, and I think you are the best teachers for learning.
Well, thank you for saying that. And while you're saying that, I'm going to pivot a little and invite you to share the videos, share the Facebook group with people in Kurdistan, ask them to become members. And I'm always looking for students who are able to up-level themselves with paid classes, which are more structured and tailored to the desires and needs of the individual. So if you know of anyone who would like to have a paid coach, I'd love to be their coach. And if they're not able to get a coach at the moment, then invite them to become members of our Facebook group. And of course,
Yeah.
subscribe to the YouTube channel. That would be really great.
Yeah, sure. I will try to do it.
Okay. So earlier today on a YouTube channel, you'll see that I'm wearing the same top. And I think I talked for about 7 to 10 minutes about chunking vocabulary words together so that you're mastering English at a faster pace, not trying to just learn 2 or 3 words, but chunks of words that typically go together. And when you start practicing those words, you just, with a pen, paper, make yourself some notes and grow and grow and grow from there. Yeah, so that's a great way. So one of the things that I'm doing this week, for the remainder of this week, is creating the video and the exposure to me so that people will begin to recognize my face, my voice, because my presence online right now is relatively small. You see me a lot on the Facebook group, but the YouTube, my website that I'm trying to recreate again, all of those things go hand in hand with informing individuals that are seeking someone like me that I do exist. At the same time, I do need people such as yourself, Ellen, to also be a promoter of me. Anytime you hear of someone speaking about wanting to know more about English, invite them to join my Speak Excellent English Facebook group. Invite them to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and then it's up to me to develop enough interest, if they are interested, in becoming a member of my paid class.
Yeah, in this group now, I'm joined this group. You are updated at this group or created another group?
Yeah, I have several groups. I have another one that is it is Speak Excellent English. I have another one that is a subscription, a monthly subscription where you join you can come on there every day. Most likely you will find me, but this is a paid one. That is paid. It's $19.97. It is a month. It is discounted for the first month that you join for $9. It was 50% off, and then every month after that. But you probably get to talk with me every day, not for an hour, not for 30 minutes, just for a brief period if you have something that you want to ask me. And many times it will be me creating a video especially for the group. For what question that you have, I will usually respond in video. So you will have access to that. But that is not something that I do in the Facebook group. It isn't something that I do in the YouTube. These are for my paid subscribers. And then, of course, I have the one-to-one students. I have one-to-one students that I teach. I'm looking, though, just to keep the cost down, to bring the cost down, to teach group classes. At this moment, I do not teach group classes, but that is the goal for starting now going into 2020. I will be teaching group classes. However, I need to get the students first, and they may springboard out of the subscription group. I'm not exactly sure, but I'll find out. And in 2020, so I'm not sure where you are with what your interests are, Ellen. So tell me, what are your interests, Ellen? I know that you are coming and you're very active in the Speak Excellent English Facebook group. When I do my walks, when I just pop on, you're there. How are you feeling about a structured class and your willingness or your ability to pay for a structured class that's tailored just for you?
About your class, your group, if I speak.
Mm-hmm.
Firstly, if you are update your groups, firstly, I hope in this groups, you could break leg. This is an idiom. You teach me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the same time, if I speak about the groups, firstly, this is so useful for me, especially when I many times in the same time when you are open live, I can get it, but then I watch it because I like all of your lives, and I can get good informations about this lives.
Mm-hmm.
But if I suggest for you, I can suggest one thing is for you about in group.
Okay.
Yeah, I have one suggestion. If you can every week or one by one day, if you can broadcasting in your group about grammar, in basics. Firstly, in basics, you are started the grammar or, for example, or many idioms in explain it and then writing and in by writing, for
Okay.
example,
Explain it by
or
writing. I'm not sure if, how would I explain it by writing? Are you asking, saying that the students would write it, or in the chat just write the idiom? Is that what you're saying?
and no, I mean many times when you are opening a live, but in this case I say you share most idioms, and under the idiom you say this, explain it in English, explain this idiom what it mean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, explain it, or the basic rules in English, and many times if you can share this basic rules in English, like a textbook is many every week is when we have one lectures about the basic rules in grammar.
Mm-hmm. All right. So
Yeah.
what that sounds like, this would be one of the situations where students would come and they would be paid students. I don't think that that's, I think you're just saying that this would be a free session. Is that what you're saying though? Are you saying this is a free session or a paid session? Because I do this in the paid sessions.
Yeah, in free session, because in paid session until now I don't participated. In future I try for participated, but until now I don't have a credit card for participated.
Mm-hmm. All right. So yeah, I get you. I think the other day, I think I was sharing with you a one textbook, the Heads Up English textbook or something that I use that has idioms and things like that in it. Let's see if I can find Heads Up English.
Yeah, this is just my suggestion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's a great suggestion. It's a great suggestion because this is what I will probably need to do. I'll need to do something differently than what I'm doing. Not sure that that is the way that I'm going to go, but just
Yeah,
asking individuals what will best
yeah,
meet their needs. Mm, so
yeah,
let's
in the
just.
same
Mhm.
yeah, in the same time you can with this texts shares a photo, editing and text over the photo. This is just my suggestion. I think this is help our groups for the broadcasting in most of the students.
Mhm. Mhm. All right. So I'm going to go to something that students can go to online for absolutely free. And let's see, where are those lessons? I will share the screen just for a brief moment. Where are they? English lessons.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
Ms. Priscilla, after this group sessions, I can send you specific questions in Messenger.
No, you could, but I probably will not answer them because it's for the group. If you post a question in the group, I might answer it. I might, but
Okay, no problem.
there again, my goal is to it's not to facilitate so much free material, because I've done this long enough now that the wheel should be in reverse, and people should start to pay for the services that I'm providing. But in lieu of payment today, I'm here anyway, and you are showing up. So I'm trying to give value to you, but I can't even find my book that I'm looking for. Let me look for it in downloads.
My question is not, I mean, my question is not about the paid class or unpaid class.
What is your question?
My question is about some workers in the US.
Okay, okay, ask me the question.
Okay, I can send this question in Messenger after this session.
Or just ask it now.
Okay, I want to say my question is, do you know any different workers in the US, especially for the women or girl?
Are there any work for women specifically? In the US, really, women do, I think, almost any job that a man can do. I cannot think of one job that a man is doing that a woman isn't already doing also in the US. We may not have as many women doing it, but we do have women doing the jobs. So I'll tell you what you can do. Go ahead and post that question, and I will answer it. I'm going to say too, I have to let this be the last.
Because I'm graduated in university, until now I can't get good jobs, and I like it to create my business. But I wanna doing a different job in my country. Don't have this job. I like to doing it.
Okay, so I'll do a video and I'll post it in the Facebook group based upon what I think you're asking. All right, I'm going to end our session for today. Thanks so much for coming, and we'll talk again soon.
Thanks a lot for you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.